device of Allah, represented in the Ashtar Galactic.
On November 26, 1977, something happened on British television that should not have been possible. During a live news broadcast, the audio signal was overtaken, not by static, not by interference, but by a calm, deliberate voice. It identified itself as a representative of an extraterrestrial command, and for 6 uninterrupted minutes, this extraterrestrial delivered a warning to humanity that will send shivers down your spine. On the evening of November 26, 1977, viewers across parts of southern England were watching a routine broadcast on the regional ITV network, specifically the Southern Television Service. The program airing at the time was the early evening news. Nothing in the schedule suggested interruption, and no prior warning had been issued to broadcasters or regulators. At approximately 5:40 p.m., the broadcast signal began to distort. Viewers reported a sudden buzzing tone replacing the normal audio. The video feed remained visible, though slightly degraded, while the sound shifted into an unfamiliar, mechanical hum. Within seconds, that hum transitioned into what appeared to be a human-like voice.
This is the voice of Allah, represented in the Ashtar Galactic Command.
The voice that followed was calm, measured, and distinctly artificial in tone. It introduced itself as Vrillon, claiming to represent the Ashtar Galactic Command. The transmission did not replace the video feed, but instead overlaid the existing broadcast audio, suggesting interference at the audio transmission level rather than full signal takeover. According to multiple listener accounts, the message urged humanity to abandon weapons, particularly nuclear armaments, and to pursue peaceful cooperation. The language was formal, almost ceremonial, and structured more like a proclamation than a spontaneous interruption. The delivery remained steady throughout, without detectable emotional fluctuation. The message lasted approximately 6 minutes. During that time, the original Southern Television news program continued visually, though the presenters were inaudible. Some viewers initially believed the interruption to be a technical malfunction, while others quickly recognized the coherence of the speech and began to record or document what they were hearing. Geographically, the disruption was limited. Reports primarily came from parts of Hampshire, Berkshire, and surrounding areas served by the Hannington transmitter. Not all viewers within the Southern Television region experienced the interruption, indicating that the interference was localized rather than network-wide. The technical explanation began to emerge shortly after the event. Broadcast engineers noted that the Hannington transmitter relied on a relatively low-power relay system. This made it more vulnerable to what is known as signal hijacking, where a stronger signal can override or disrupt the original transmission under certain conditions. Investigators concluded that the most plausible mechanism was a process called audio subcarrier injection. This would allow an external transmitter, if properly aligned and sufficiently powerful, to override the audio channel without fully replacing the video signal. Such interference, while difficult, was not considered impossible with specialized equipment. At the time, the United Kingdom's Independent Broadcasting Authority, or IBA, initiated an investigation. Engineers confirmed that the interruption did not originate from within Southern Television's infrastructure. There was no evidence of internal sabotage, system failure, or authorized override from the network itself. Despite technical analysis, no individual or group was ever identified as responsible. No credible claim of responsibility was verified, and no equipment was recovered. The absence of a known perpetrator contributed significantly to the enduring mystery surrounding the incident. The content of the message itself reflected themes common within certain mid-20th century contactee narratives. References to cosmic authority, moral guidance, and warnings against technological self-destruction were consistent with earlier reports associated with figures like George Adamski and similar movements. Alright, so let's talk about the name Ashtar. This isn't something that just popped up out of nowhere. It actually showed up in UFO stuff way before 1977. People started talking about this thing called the Ashtar Command. They said it was like a friendly group of aliens keeping an eye on Earth. But here's the kicker. None of this was taken seriously by scientists or the government. They were like, nah, we're not buying it. Media coverage in the immediate aftermath was cautious but intrigued. Newspapers reported the event as an unusual broadcast disruption, often emphasizing the technical explanation over the message content. The tone remained skeptical, though the clarity and duration of the transmission prevented it from being dismissed outright. Public reaction varied. Some viewers treated the event as a hoax or prank, while others considered the possibility of a genuine external origin. The absence of visual disruption, combined with the clarity of the voice, created a uniquely ambiguous experience that did not align neatly with typical broadcast interference. Over time, the incident became a case study in broadcast vulnerability. Engineers and regulators used it to highlight the importance of signal security and infrastructure resilience. Subsequent improvements in transmission technology reduced the likelihood of similar occurrences in later decades. From an investigative standpoint, the Southern Television interruption remains unresolved. While the technical method is broadly understood, the identity and intent of the individual or group responsible have never been confirmed. No arrests were made, and no definitive evidence emerged. Within the UFO and disclosure community, the Southern Television interruption is often interpreted through a different lens. Some view it as a deliberate attempt at controlled disclosure, a limited communication designed to test public reaction without triggering widespread alarm or institutional response. What follows is the Southern Television transmission as it has been preserved through available recordings and reconstructions. No complete, fully authenticated recording of the original broadcast has been confirmed. However, the version you are about to hear reflects the structure, tone, and content consistently reported by those who witnessed the interruption in 1977. For those who choose to continue, listen carefully, not just to the words, but to the delivery. The pacing, the composure, and the clarity of the message remain central to how this event has been remembered and debated for decades. Watchers, after hearing it, share your assessment in the comments. What do you believe this recording represents?
The Rhodesian nationalist leader, Bishop Abel Muzorewa, has accepted Mr. Smith's offer to negotiate an internal settlement based on one man, one vote. But, he says, there are conditions. These include stopping the execution of all captured prisoners of war, allowing Giro to take negotiations, being arrested. In Australia, Mr. Kerry Packer's cricketers are still pleading to yesterday's High Court decision, which lifts the ban on them playing in Test matches.
This is the voice of Allah, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the skies. We speak to you now to service them as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over this, your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you. This is in order that you may share in the great awakening as the planet passes into a new age of Aquarius. The new age will be a time of great peace and evolution for your race, but only your rulers are made aware of the forces that can overshadow their judgments. Be still now, and listen, for your chance may not come again. All your weapons of evil must be removed. The time for conflict is now past, and the race of which you are a part may proceed to the higher stages of its evolution, if you show yourselves worthy to do this. You have but a short time to learn to live together in peace and goodwill. Small groups all over the planet are learning this, and exist to pass on the light of the dawning new age to you all. You are free to accept the reject their teachings, but those who learn to live
Many go as wide as
pass
this.
into the
Then they run out.
spectral evolution. Here now, the voice of Vrillon, representative of the Ashtar Galactic Command, speaking to you. Be aware also that there are many false prophets and guides at present operating on your world. They will suck your energy from you, the energy you call money, and will put it to evil ends, giving you worthless dross in return.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. If you're as into UFOs and all that cool disclosure stuff as I am, do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and drop a comment below. It really helps me keep the good content coming your way on this super fascinating topic. Seriously, I appreciate it so much. Catch you later.